Hello, I'm Petrie, and today I'm going to be explaining how I take waterfall photos, so your long exposure type things. Before I do that, if you do like this video, please do click on the thumbs up button. If you want to see some more of our content, some future content, please click on subscribe and the little bell to get notifications. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Now I'm going to break this up into a couple of sections. So first and foremost is I want to go through the equipment that you're going to need to do waterfall photos, such as the one that you can see in front of you here, and then of course I'll go through the sort of settings that I tend to use. Now they can vary depending on the lighting conditions, etc., but I'm going to just give you a very basic overview of that. So first and foremost, you're going to need a camera. It doesn't really matter what type of camera you have, as long as it's you can adjust the settings from your ISO to your aperture and shutter speed. So I'll come back to those things in a bit. You're also going to need a tripod to stick the camera to it, because you want the camera to stay as still as possible, because you're going to be doing long exposures of 20 to 30 seconds or so. Okay. What I also like to do is have a bracket that can go onto my camera, such as this. I've got a Nutri's density filter in here as well. This will clip onto the lens and we're good to go. What I also do is get a 10 stop Nutri's filter. I can slide into here, yeah, and you literally cannot see through this, but when you're doing the long exposures, it brings all the information in. It means you can shoot at a much lower shutter speed and make that water turn into a milky sort of effect for yourself. Yeah, you with me so far? Good. Right, what you're also going to need is some sort of remote trigger. Okay, I got this one for about 20 quid off Amazon. You can preset it for certain times, or you can just push your finger down, push it up, and it will lock it in place, and then you just unlock it when you're ready. The reason why you want to use this rather than holding your finger on the shutter button is obviously you're going to be shaking the camera when you're holding your finger on the shutter button there, whereas this remote, you're not making it shake, and thus you're not going to get any images out of focus or blurry, etc. Yeah? Okay. Now, in terms of settings side of things, once you've got it on your tripod, you want to take a couple of test shots just to make sure it's all set up right before you start going into your 20-30 second exposures. And simply, what I tend to do is, before I put this on, I'll get my camera all focused where I want it to be focused, turn it off autofocus so it's on manual, then slide this on, because once this is on, it can't see through this. The lens can't see through this, so it's not going to focus very well. Okay, and then because you've got your focus in, turn off autofocus, and then you're good to go. Start doing your long exposures. Yeah. Okay. In terms of settings, you want to get the shutter speed right down to the bulb setting. So you need to make sure your camera can go down to the bulb setting or as close to that as possible. Okay. It's generally the last or second to last setting you can have on your shutter speed for yourself, so it really does open up your lens so it can take in more light, etc. Okay. I shot this particular image on an f10, but I tend to jump around f10 to f14 where possible, gets more things in focus, and then I have to merge several images together. You know, whereas the other side of things you can do is focus on nearby objects, far away objects, and then merge them together. But I just like to try and get it all in one shot if I possibly can. Yeah. Okay. And then you just simply shoot, hold it in for 30 seconds is about right, and then stop shooting, and then that does it all for you pretty much. Obviously you want to bring it into editing, post-production. Lightroom's I use is quite good for that, adjusting the exposure, and the shadows in the image to bring them really out, a bit of contrast, bringing the colours in there for yourself. But ultimately, it's as simple as that, really. So as I said, you're shooting for 30 seconds, so your ISO, you need to adjust that, of course, depending on the lighting conditions and where you are. And obviously this particular image, you're quite shielded from the light. So I was shooting this at, it was on bulb setting for your shutter speed, f10 and an ISO of 250, and then I shot this at 20 and 30 second exposures at different areas around where the water was going. You will have to accept, you may have to get your feet wet to get the best positions, okay, but that's the whole point of art, isn't it, really, at the end of the day. But that's a very quick tutorial. Next time hopefully I can do one on site and show you how the whole setup and how it all works for yourself. Until then, keep shooting. Please do leave a comment if you like any questions. If you like anything I've done here on this video or any other video, please do leave us a comment. I'll try and respond to every comment I can. And again, like I said, please do subscribe and like this video. Share it on your social medias if you feel you like it that much. Until then, take care. Cheers. Bye bye.